Thank you for joining me. Let's take 3 deep breaths to send your attention to this video. So if you please, join with me. Now that our awareness and attention is on this video, let me introduce myself. My name is Nicholas Langhorn. This is my iMeditative YouTube channel that I run with my friend James Fox. And I just finished up my meditation, and I would like to talk about my vision for what the world will look like after the spiritual revolution. Now, this is a huge part of a lot of people's lives, the spiritual revolution. A lot of people also don't know about it. Those who are joining the awakening, I feel like, join me in what will the world look like after we wake up the world and realize that we're slaving for the system until we're 68 years old, and then when we're old we have 11 years of freedom. So this is my take. I have a plan. Everybody should have a plan for how they're gonna get people into this awakening. And I have a plan, and you should also have a plan. That is the first thing I think everyone should have. Everyone should have an individual plan, and if 1 million people have an individual plan, one of them has to work. Am I right? So what is the world going to look like after the so-called spiritual revolution everybody talks about? And this is a big topic about, and this is this is what a lot of people argue with me about and talk about, like, oh, how is the world going to work? Like, and I'm not going to lie, sometimes I'm speechless, like, I don't know. But this is my take on it. So after we reach the media and most people realize that this is BS and that we are being enslaved by the elite, I think the world is going to look like a lot of permaculture. If you don't know what permaculture is, it is a very unique technique of being self-sufficient. And self-sufficiency is the only thing that one needs. If one is self-sufficient, grows their own food, has their own water supply, has shelter, you can't beat that person. The system cannot take that person's rights away. You have everything you need there. So with that permaculture comes small communities, I think. Not big communities like the United States of America, because that's 365 million people right there. And that's a lot of people to control. That's why there's a lot of regulations and rules to control those people. So I think it's going to be a lot of tight-knit, smaller communities with their own rules. I think there's going to be one rule that follows everybody. So all the small communities follow by one rule when they aren't in the communities, and that's nature's law and do no harm. Do no harm is the most powerful law out there. You just do no harm and everyone's going to be okay. And what people don't get is the people that are awakening with this spiritual awakening is that the spiritual people understand do no harm. And they understand that they're not going to kill anybody. They're not going to ruin someone's crops for money. The spiritual people understand that all is one. One is all. And that's what the people that are still getting brainwashed by news and entertainment and social norms don't get. And that's what we get as spiritual people. And that's why it is such a powerful tool that all of us recognize. So there comes the safety part of this new sorry, I'm losing my train of thought. Let me focus on my breath. So that's the safety part about all this, and that's the best part about it. That's how everyone's going to get along. So let's talk about what culture is going to be like within these permaculture small knit communities with your friends and family. Maybe with hundreds or even thousands of people, maybe 10,000s if you live in a big city. Who doesn't like to party? Who said partying's for the weekend? I just graduated high school. I was the biggest party in the world. I love partying. Partying is one of the best things on this earth. And who says we can't party every day, every other day? If we're being self-sufficient, why can't 500 of us go to the stage and listen to our friend play guitar as we're all having fun? Who says we can't do that if we're all self-sufficient? Freedom. I, myself, love basketball. And I picture myself after this spiritual awakening playing a lot of basketball on the basketball courts we make within those tight-knit communities. I am going to be playing basketball every day. Maybe not every day, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun playing with my friends and not having to work, not having to be like, oh, I have work at 4, I gotta go. My mom, like, I'm going to get fired if I don't go. That sucks. That's the system taking your freedom away. Because a lot of kids say, oh, I gotta go at 4, like, I'm sorry. Like, and then we're down to 7 people, and then we gotta have some uneven teams. Oh, that's another topic for another conversation. But hobbies, people's hobbies and trades, you're just gonna, if you love swimming, you can teach people to swim. You can swim all day long. If you love basketball, you can play basketball all day long. If you love playing the guitar, you can make the most beautiful music in the world all day long. You can do anything. And within these tight-knit communities, everyone has certain skills that they like. And with these certain skills comes teaching and trade. That's the best part about this, trade. I myself know karate, and I'm learning karate. When all this is over, and we awakening, I'm going to be teaching people karate. And maybe they'll give me apples in return that they farmed from their permaculture. I can teach them every single day. Let's get back to partying. Who doesn't like partying? Who doesn't like partying? After this is all over, I am going to party my ass off. I am gonna party all the time, and that's what people don't get. People think that aren't involved with the spiritual evolution. People think that it's gonna be like just growing your own crops and not having fun. This is all about having fun. This is about happiness. Happiness is everything, and we have mastered the act of killing in war, and we have not mastered the act of living, which is happiness. Happiness is everything. It's everything. And I'm pretty sure I can speak for every single person on this earth that happiness is key. And even those that, the elite that strive for power, I think the leading cause of their power is happiness. They think power gives them happiness. That is my perspective on that. Like I said, I like winging these videos. I don't really have a script at all. I just meditate, and whatever comes out of my mouth after is the video. This is all thoughts in my brain, so I'm gonna take a couple deep breaths and see if I missed anything. I'm glad if you're still here with me. Thank you. This is Spirit Tribe Awakening's YouTube channel. I highly suggest you check them out. They are amazing. So big credit to them. They are growing so fast at a rapid pace. They were at 99K subscribers like a week ago, and now they're at 140. It's amazing. I think I covered everything about what the spiritual revolution is going to look like after all this is over. I hope this gave you a little base, and you can now answer questions of when people ask you, oh, how is the world going to work after all this? How are people going to be in control? How is it going to happen? Psychedelics. Let's talk about psychedelics. The war on drugs. The government doesn't want you to expand your mind. Not at all. That's why you have a felony if you get real LSD, and not the rat poison. I recommend everybody gets a testing kit before you take LSD. I took LSD 3 times, and I didn't get a testing kit, which I'm kind of mad about, but get a testing kit for your LSD, your shrooms, your weed, everything. It's very important. They're on Amazon. But psychedelics are a crazy, crazy, crazy phenomenon. And God would not put a natural mushroom that does this to the consciousness if it was meant to be illegal. Think about that again. God would not put shrooms in nature for them to be illegal if they expanded our mind. The government doesn't want you to expand your mind. They don't want free thinking individuals. They want people to work, because the government is run by the elite, and the elite want power, which is their happiness. Make sense? So the best part about all this, for all my psychedelic users, kudos to you guys out there. Keep expanding your mind and striving for happiness. Don't abuse the plant though. Do not abuse marijuana. Do not abuse LSD. Do not abuse shrooms. Do not abuse ayahuasca. Do not abuse DMT. Do not abuse them. That is the number one root cause of all bad publicity on psychedelics. If you abuse them, everyone's going to think you're a druggie, which is not good. You don't abuse psychedelics. They are God's plan of teaching us. Don't abuse them. I can't stress that enough. And this video is getting a little off topic, but psychedelics are going to be a huge part of the after spiritual revolution, because we can finally freely and at no worriness expand our consciousness and not worry about police barging into my house and kidnapping me for having psychedelics. And the best part about it is probably the not having to worry, and the true understanding of psychedelics. And in this culture, people are actually going to understand psychedelics and not look at them as a harmful tool that makes me see dragons and mystical beings, or maybe you can see beings on DMT. I haven't, but people say, witness they have, so that's for your own experience if you have seen beings. But you don't see dragons, you don't see unicorns flying around. That's not psychedelic. So the propaganda you've been fed is wrong. And this is kind of shying off towards the psychedelic approach of a video, but that's for another time. And I think I'm going to end this video here. If this helped you at all, if this helped your vision for the aftermath of all this revolution stuff, I think, I don't know, if you enjoyed, I'm glad. This is Nicholas Langhorn signing off. Hopefully this video doesn't get deleted, because I'm pretty sure we're running a pretty risky business operation here, boys and girls.